The Ottawa Antique Market is celebrating 30 years, 3 decades to be precise, okay? Up with us right now from the Ottawa Antique Market is Julia Pine. And how are you, Julia?
Oh, fine, thanks.
30 years went by like that, right?
Flew by.
But you weren't there for all 30 years.
No,
you were
I
there. How many years have you been a part of this market?
Just a year, actually.
Yeah, a year. Okay, so what made you decide to become a part of the Ottawa Antique Market?
Well, I've always loved anything vintage or antique, especially sort of old and weird things.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been collecting my whole life, and I just thought, well, I'd always wanted to have a store, so I just thought I'd start there, and worked out.
I always love to get different dealers, different vendors' take on what they believe an antique is.
Mm-hmm.
So an antique to you means what?
Well, technically, an antique is anything that's 100 years
So
old.
it's 100 years. And that's the consistent answer that we get, so that's good.
That's right.
That's good. We're all in the same. Now, what about vintage stuff?
Vintage is usually 20th century, so anything from, 100 years and up.
Yeah, okay.
And even today, we consider anything from even the 80s or 70s to be vintage.
I can imagine, yeah. Like maybe 45s and stuff like that. 8 tracks.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Wonder how many people know what that is who are tuned in right now. The Ottawa Antique Market, where is your exact location?
We're at 1179A Bank Street.
Okay.
So in Ottawa South.
Okay.
And it's a big, huge area, and there are 26 vendors, and they all sell different things from different eras, and some of it's antique, some of it's vintage.
Okay. The 30th anniversary celebration, June 23rd. Now you, 30 years in, I mean, is this going to be the biggest summer that you've ever had? You're hoping for the biggest summer?
Oh, will definitely be the biggest summer we've ever had. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about some of the items that you deal with the most. Now, you deal mostly with estate jewelry and vintage accessories, correct?
Well, my booth deals with a lot of different things, but right now I'm going to be talking mostly. We decided we'd do a sort of accessories theme today.
Okay, sure. Okay, so let's talk about the stuff that's in front of you right now. That's looking like some fancy, dancy jewelry right there.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you have?
Well, actually, I'm going to start with what I'm wearing.
Okay.
Which is really interesting. These are highly collectible pieces by a Montreal jeweler called Sherman.
Okay.
And people really love these. This is a whole set. It's made of blue Austrian crystal.
Okay.
And so he was a high-end jewelry maker.
Yeah, okay.
And he made stuff for Saks Fifth Avenue and a lot of important
So how old would you think those pieces are?
These are from the late 50s, early 60s.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
and they're earrings and a whole matching set.
Could I ask you, do you have a price point for something like that, all those pieces together? Or you just don't want to let that out? Okay, that's
it's
fair
under
enough.
$1,000, let's put it that
That's
way.
good, though.
Yes,
okay, I know.
yes.
Yeah, we don't want to, because you're wearing it, and it's very. You should probably take that off before you go to the parking lot. Is what I'm saying.
Well, I thought you'd look nice in one of these, actually.
Perhaps. Bring out my eyes. Okay, what else do you have in front of you?
Okay, we have a lot of different vintage and antique pieces here. So we have a lovely pair of Art Deco earrings, and they're made of silver in the front and gold in the back, and they have inset emeralds, and they're very classic sort of Egyptian-looking Art Deco pieces.
Okay.
And then a beautiful gold locket. It's Victorian, and it would all be handmade, so absolutely beautiful. And I'll just flip it over because it was also a locket that had a photograph of somebody who was important to the owner.
My gosh.
It's a very beautiful piece.
That's a wonderful piece. Okay.
And then one big thing that's really trending with engagement rings and wedding rings is colored stones. So we brought a few different examples here. This is a beautiful another Art Deco piece with an emerald and beautifully set diamonds around the edges.
Okay.
And then another vintage engagement ring from about the same time.
Okay.
But one thing that people are really interested in right now are buying a lot of are gold, black diamonds.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't even know that there's such a thing, but here's an example. It's a black diamond set in platinum.
Okay. I know we got lots to get to and so little time, but quickly though, how do you acquire all those pieces yourself?
Well, these actually belong to Logan Antiques, which is a company that deals out of the Antique Mall.
Okay.
And they mostly buy from estates.
Okay. All right. So moving along, we have some vintage. Now, these would be accessories?
Well, I brought these in because everyone's sort of interested in hats because of the royal wedding.
Yes, fascinators. Sure.
Yes. These aren't technically fascinators.
Okay.
They're sort of in between hats and fascinators. But I thought that
What's going on here? This guy is...
Can you see?
Okay, so what is that exactly? That was a little scary. I don't know if I should keep touching it.
Yeah, that's okay.
What is that?
These are all hats.
Yeah.
They're all pretty much from the 50s and 60s.
Okay, now hold on. This is a hat.
Yes, it is.
Okay, is it wearable? Because you know,
try it on.
Yeah.
No, don't ruin your hair.
No, that's fine. You can't mess this hair up. So this is pretty cool, no?
It looks fantastic on you.
Yeah, doesn't it though?
Really,
okay.
really does.
Moving along, what else do we have?
Well, I bought these three because it looks like the royal couple are going to be honeymooning in Canada.
Oh.
That's what they're saying in Jasper Park.
Yeah.
So I thought if Meghan Markle was interested, she might want something like this.
She could drop by the Ottawa Antique Market for the 30th anniversary celebrations.
Exactly.
Correct?
Yeah. And so since they're going to be in the country, I thought she could wear this if she went on a hike.
Okay, yeah.
This lovely
no doubt.
hat. Yeah.
We only have about a minute left. So.
Okay.
Wonderful purse.
Yeah.
What is this? This is a nice piece.
This is, that thing's not going to bite you, is it?
What do you mean? If you're questioning it. Okay.
This is a Victorian Parasol. Really, really nice piece. It has an ivory handle, and it actually folds up. So you could, if you were a Victorian lady, before they had sunblock, you'd have to wear this. You could carry it with you and then just open it up.
Okay.
And
that's lovely. How often are you open, the Ottawa Antique Market?
we are open 6 days a week, except for Tuesdays, and 10 to 6.
Okay, OttawaAntiqueMarket.com. Julia Pine, thank you. I could see Prince Harry rocking this. And if he isn't going to do it, well, I just did on Daytime Ottawa. You're cool with that?
You look great.
Thank you very much. Lies always welcome. We've got more Daytime coming up on Rogers TV. Don't go anywhere. So much fun ahead.